Well, Mark Crawford's team has lots of experience in overtime this season, and Todd Bertuzzi is tied with Pavel Demitra and Keith Tkachuk of the St. Louis Blues for the lead in overtime points this season with 5 of them. Marcus Naslund has 4, including 3 overtime goals. Sudden death overtime. The Canucks have battled back throughout this game. They were behind 3-1, tied at 3-3, behind 4-3, have tied it up and sent it to sudden death OT. Here we go.
Non-conference game. Make the points count.
3 forwards on for Tampa Bay, looking for the point. Modin, St. Louis, Richards, and Dan Boyle. Bertuzzi, Olin, Sopel, and Naslund for Vancouver. Here's Todd Bertuzzi. Couldn't get away from Frederick Modin. He tripped over him. Naslund going the wrong way. Brad Richards gets the puck. Here's Frederick Modin on his backhand. Circles the net. Kluche scrambling back into position. Modin, St. Louis goes to the slot. Boyle's back at the blue line. Marty St. Louis, Brad Richards, back to St. Louis. Naslund's without a stick. And there's going to be an interference penalty as Modin ran into the goaltender Kluche. It'll be a 4-on-3 power play in overtime. And John Tortorella can't believe it.
Tampa Bay had the only power play of the third period. Here's Freddie Modin, and he just bumps into Dan Kluche. He gets a little touch from Sammy Salo, but didn't even try and stop. And he goes, and the Canucks have a 4-on-3 power play. Frederick Modin gives a little hip to Todd Bertuzzi, and Bertuzzi goes to the bench. I would think he'd be back out for this 4-on-3 power play. Well, maybe not.
Vancouver will call a timeout, maybe to give Bertuzzi a chance to get ready. He nodded as though he's ready to go. Vancouver has 1 goal, 4-on-3 this season, but in overtime, this is a decided advantage at any time. And in overtime, it's served up for Vancouver.
You see, the power play has really had problems last 7 games, and the home power play has been dismal. But as you say, Jim, 4-on-3 in overtime, and Mark Crawford obviously explaining things, and Todd Bertuzzi is coming back out now. Frederick Modin, that's one of those you lose your position, and he just backed right into Dan Kluche. There was no attempt for him to stop, and referee Rob Schick was right on it.
Dennis Leroux is the closest referee to John Tortorella, so he's hearing it big time about the penalty call. Cullimore, Saric, and Dave Andreychuk out killing this penalty in overtime. Sopel and Salo, Bertuzzi and Naslund for Vancouver trying to win it. Out they come. Marcus Naslund will carry the puck. Sopel is up with him, takes the pass. Steered wide by Saric, he puts on the brakes. Fed Marcus Naslund, the puck got by him out to center, and they'll have to regroup. Andreychuk changes. Taylor comes on. Marcus Naslund for Todd Bertuzzi on Cullimore. Back to the blue line, Salo. Chance to set up, over to Brent Sopel. Bertuzzi goes to the front of the net. Salo to Naslund. In sneaks Sopel off the left point. Naslund hangs on. Cross ice. Sopel couldn't handle the pass. And the puck is knocked away by Corey Saric, who hustled over there and cleared it.
It's a problem with these overtime power plays. The ice isn't very good by now. A rolling puck bounced over Brent Sopel's stick. Tough to throw it through all the snow.
Minute to go in the power play. Here comes Matthias Olin. He's got Bertuzzi with him over on the right wing. Dan Boyle. Barging in there was Olin. The puck comes to Bertuzzi. Tried to make a move out front. Bertuzzi gathers the puck in. Staying right with him was Pavel Kubina, and he knocked the puck out to center. Naslund. Bertuzzi coming up to join him. Heads for the net. Kubina cut in front of him and kept him from getting to the puck. Dan Boyle hustled over to it and clears it down the ice. 30 seconds to go in the penalty to Frederick Modin. 4-4 tie and sudden death overtime in Vancouver on the power play. Jovanovski on the fly as Trevor Linden stops inside the line. Taylor stayed with him. Jovanovski knocked the puck loose. Brendan Morrison's after it. Cullimore with room sends the puck down the ice. 10 seconds to go in the penalty.
Canucks haven't had a shot with this 4-on-3 power play.
Ed Jovanovski leads the way. Brendan Morrison with Trevor Linden in front. Morrison's check. Good aggressive penalty killing. Shorthanded here, 4-on-3. Penalty's over. Morrison can't get the puck. Cullimore tipped it away. Now we're back to 4-on-4 sudden death overtime here with just over 2 minutes to go in the game. Marek Malik is back for the puck. Daniel and Henrik Sedin have come on with him. Sammy Salo is out there. Here's Henrik Sedin. Daniel streaks for the net. There's the pass. Daniel couldn't get to it. Out of his reach. Marty St. Louis lost an edge and fell down. Gets back up. He's got Brad Richards on the other side of the ice. Drops the puck off for Dan Boyle. Again, Tampa has 3 forwards on the ice. Boyle into the attacking zone. St. Louis holds on. Stillman's with him. Nifty little play on the boards for Marty St. Louis. On the other side to Dan Boyle. To the front of the net, blocked by Daniel Sedin. Salo gets to the puck, chips it out to Daniel. Henrik's with him. Boyle is there as well, takes the man. St. Louis came back for the puck. And the Canucks are offside with 1:26 to go in the game in a 4-4 tie.
Canucks have to be disappointed with that power play. Tried to work it around and never did get a shot on goal, as they had some problems with the ice, but also problems with their execution.
Bertuzzi and Naslund to come out for Vancouver. Oland and Sopel with them. LeCavalier, Fedotenko, Pavel Kubina. Rob Schick talking to Brad May. This time 2 defensemen out for Tampa Bay. That's Brad Lukowicz with the puck. Pavel Kubina. Up the middle, behind Fedotenko. Oland is back to gather up the puck for Vancouver. Leaves it behind the net for Brent Sopel. Naslund circles behind the net. Bertuzzi takes the pass. Oland is up with him. Naslund's coming up late. Bertuzzi barges in against Lukowicz. Oland comes in to help out. Played by the hand of Fedotenko. Back to Pavel Kubina, and he starts out for Tampa Bay. Vancouver's on a change. Kubina, the defenseman, rushes up to the blue line and is turned back by Brendan Morrison. Over to Marty St. Louis. Modine goes to the net. Here's LeCavalier. Shoots. Cloutier stopped him. LeCavalier bumps with Trevor Linden. Linden couldn't clear the puck. Freddie Modine shoots. Great save by Cloutier. St. Louis goes to the puck. Jovanovski to Trevor Linden. A 2-on-1. He's got Morrison with him. 3-on-1. Jovo's there too. Morrison for Linden. Great save. Heavy boom. No goal. The whistle had gone. Dennis Leroux had stopped the play before Jovanovski knocked the puck into the net.
And boy, oh boy, that was a quick whistle. And Freddie Modine and Ed Jovanovski are now talking because Modine doesn't like the way Jovanovski poked that one in. Here we go. We'll listen to the whistle.
But there is precedent for the referee suggesting he was in the process of blowing the play to a stop.
And he was. I don't think there's any doubt, Jim, that you and I both saw it right away, that referee Dennis Leroux was going to wave that off. 26.1 seconds left. And it's hard to say. Obviously, the referee lost sight of the puck. It was underneath Nikolai Habibulin, but did he have control? Obviously, Dennis Leroux thought he did.
Yes, and that's not a reviewable call. The referee had made his decision that he was going to stop the play. Well, Vancouver has a face-off in the attacking zone. Sammy Salo shoots. Habibulin the save. Loose puck. Naslund scores! 21 seconds to go. Marcus Naslund on a rebound has given Vancouver a 5-4 overtime win.
Best players, your best players, Jim. You talked about it. Marcus Naslund, Todd Bertuzzi were the best players on the ice tonight. Dave Andreychuk for Tampa Bay. Win the face-off right back. Sammy Salo takes the shot. And there's Marcus Naslund chipping it up and over. Nikolai Habibulin, who is having problems all night long with these rebounds. This one's off his glove. Todd Bertuzzi won that draw cleanly. Just straight back. And there's Marcus Naslund chipping it in.
How do you spell relief? Our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Hunt's Desserts, is Terry Claris of Richmond, who's won a Kodak iShare digital camera and dock. I'm not sure who's most relieved, the Vancouver captain or the 18,600 in the stands. Vancouver 5, Tampa Bay 4.
Molson Canadian Canucks Hockey on Sportsnet Pacific. Brought to you by Molson Canadian. It's a Canadian game. And by Subway. Eat fresh.
Tonight's 3 stars from this hockey game. The third star, Dave Andrechuk, 40 years old, keeps getting better. 10th goal of the season. The second star, Todd Bertuzzi. Big Todd, his first 2-goal night since the last time the Canucks won in regulation on home ice. And the first star, Marcus Naslund, got the winner in overtime as the Canucks finally got 2 points on home ice. The standings, we got 2 guys at the top, Kluche and Bertuzzi. Marcus Naslund trailing by just 5 points. Time now for the Subway play of the game, brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh. Really no question about this one tonight. Happened in overtime, late in overtime. Todd Bertuzzi winning the draw. Point check gets through. Happy Boolin can't handle it. And Marcus Naslund on the backhand. That's Naslund's 27th of the season. At least 10 of those have come from the backhand side. Let's take a look at the next telecast on Rogers Sportsnet Pacific. It's the Canucks taking on the Blackhawks Tuesday at 7, the second time that Chicago has visited this team this season. It didn't look good a couple times this evening. Vancouver falls behind by 2 goals in the first, and then they fall behind late in the third, but they do come back. The big guys were the big guns for Vancouver tonight. They pick up 2 points, winning this one in overtime by a score of 5-4. Stick around. Todd Bertuzzi is coming right up in the post-game show. Again, your final from Vancouver, 5-4 Canucks, snapping that 7-game winless streak.